Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of iCast Fireball, an actual play 5e D&D adventure where we go through the campaign Skulls and Shackles. My name is Thomas, your DM for this adventure, and around the table we have...
Lieutenant Ignis Halcorn.
Maximus Shans.
Chozo Lebec. And Buster Bilgewater.
The Brine Banshee, rising from the depths, really the mist of this forsaken ocean, has besieged the Satyr's song with these ghostly apparitions. These souls trapped in eternal torment on the Brine Banshee, doomed to attack those that enter nearby. This ghost ship that has been brought to the depths of the sea has now besieged our party here. After having a few rounds, 2 rounds of combat, if I recall, upon the Satyr's song, we begin our 3rd round with the rest of the Brine Banshee finally rousing their spirits, literally, and ready to take on the formidable foes on the Satyr's song. That is where we join our adventurers on this week's episode of iCast Fireball. So, for Josh, who missed last session, we will go and recap the state of the affairs of what we have here. Our ship, the Satyr's Song, is about 60 feet away currently from the Brine Banshee. Buster, you having brought it ever so closer, just to give our crew options here to make sure that you were not within firing range, but close enough to take action if need be. While also casting water breathing on everybody on the deck, which, of course, unfortunately, Spoon Sludge Slug Soup has passed due to the attack of these ghostly apparitions.
Oh, no. No.
It's going to rip and chat.
Not that one. He was the one that... He was the one that did the... What differentiated him from the others?
He actually wanted to be Chozo's apprentice.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he'd recently been appointed as Spellpan Pete's personal assistant. But we have the crew, those that don't have magic or don't have the capability and formidability to fight against ghosts below deck. For Chozo, with his magic, has created this magical cloud, if I recall correctly, which has obscured the vision of our enemies, but given sight to those of our crew immediately surrounding us here, allowing you to attack these 3 beefy ghosts. 2 of them have been brought down, with a 3rd close to Ignis, and at this point, Chozo in the crow's nest, you being above this mist, that you see the ship rousing and getting ready to take action. Max.
Also, real quick, Josh, I cast Aid last time on you, up a level, so you have now 10 more hit points for like 8 hours. Not just like 10.
Okay.
It's not 10 temporary hit points. It's 10 hit points. You've been maxed up 10 for about 8 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
We now go to the top of the round here with Max.
Oh, snap.
So Max, there is all of this magical mist obscuring the enemy's vision, but you can see clearly, and you can see onto the Brine Banshee ship not only these spirits starting to whip themselves up into a frenzy and hear this haunting melody upon the wind as it is starting to rise in effort. But also you see those 3 distinct lanterns filled with a ghostly, unnatural light upon the deck of the Brine Banshee. What do you do?
Well, we're in this magical mist, so you could technically call it our magical mystery tour.
Good heavens.
That's an inspiration right there.
Ned gives you an inspiration, Jacob.
Chozo gives inspiration?
Chozo gives inspiration.
No, I have one already.
I've still got 2 luck points that I could use after that.
Good
Magical
heavens.
light. You keep mentioning those things, and I think you're doing it on purpose. And there's one still on our deck by...
There
right
is.
in front of me?
Near Ignis.
Yes.
Just about...
10 feet away.
Yeah, about 10 feet from
or
you.
20, because you said the squares count as 10.
You're about 15-ish. You're correct. I apologize.
I'm gonna move my bonus action, move my Slayer's Prey onto this one if it's not on this one already, and then I'm gonna attack it with my crossbow.
Crossbow, non-magical bolts, correct?
I have 6 rounds, I believe, from this, if I recall correctly, and I used 2 of them, so I have 4
You used
left.
some
I will
last time, yep.
non-magical attack this guy for now.
Okay, great.
That's a natural 20. Surprise! Let's see here.
Captain on deck.
That's a double dice of the crossbow and the Slayer's Prey.
Slayer's
Double
Prey.
all the dice.
Yo,
pray
that's awesome.
Give me those dice. Give me that dog. Okay. That is 24 points of damage.
Oh, all right. 24 points. Hold on real quick. Slayer's Prey, 5e. Just need to look something.
You're good. You looking to see if it's like magical or something?
That's exactly what I'm looking up,
I
actually.
don't think it specifies to it.
Would this be considered a magical weapon because it's been
Only
modified?
if I
Would this be
activate
attacking
it.
with him?
And I only get 6 magical bolts, and I've already used 2 in the bottom.
I just mean like if I have a magical sword, attacks with it are with a magical sword. I'm just wondering if it's like that at all.
Yeah, no, this just has been modified to
Okay.
accept magical bolts.
Just to have like got it.
That's one upgrade that can happen, though, is you can upgrade it to make all just like innately magical and not a +1. But I am looking.
From what I
up here for
recall, you
Slayer.
were saying Spellpan Pete was like on such a short notice, I can give it like the ability to infuse magic temporarily, but it can't be like a permanent. I'd have to take some time to that.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it just says within an extra D6. So it's not necessarily a magical item. It's just a feature which allows you to know where to hit and how hard to hit. So 26, you said? 24?
24.
24 halved, which is 12 points of damage. Very good. That's your first attack, Max.
Okay. How bad is he looking to me?
This one had not been damaged at all. And he's not looking bloodied because he's a ghost, but also he does not look to be withering away due to this attack. But
I'm going to try something with my second attack.
Go for it.
I'm not going to attack him. I'm actually going to shoot that light from those ships. Just keeps catching my eye. And so I'm actually going to try and attack the lamp holding the light on the closest one to me. The ship's about 60 feet away, so I assume that light just right on the edge of it is about 80-ish?
Yeah, this is on the
Or you
port
tell me?
side, directly right in the middle of the right on the port side in the middle of the ship on that side. Yeah, absolutely. You can try and hit it.
Okay. Is it within 100 feet?
Yeah, it absolutely is within 100 feet. Is this magical or non-magical?
I will just try and shoot it with my crossbow, my second, my extra attack.
Okay. Magical or non-magical?
Magical.
All right.
I see what you did there.
I see what you're doing.
Let me check one more thing. Sorry, I'm double checking one more thing, Thomas. I apologize. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. I rolled a 19, so 19 plus my attack bonus is 30.
Whoa.
Dude.
All right. Okay, that's a hit.
Okay. It's with the magical damage, so I also
Yes.
get... how much did you add to that? 2d4 plus 2 with that one. So I'll do a d10 and then 2d4s.
After Max, we have the enemy, and then Chozo is going to be going.
Yeah.
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. As you fire off this magical bolt, and it goes across the ship, the Brine Banshee, you see it bursting through your magical mist that Chozo has, obscuring the enemy's vision. Firing off to the Brine Banshee, the ghosts all on the deck turn towards this bolt as it passes by them. And then as it hits into this lantern, you see that the impact of your bolt passes through a barrier around it. This magical barrier, if you will. But your direct attention to this bolt, to this lantern, and it being magical, bypasses through and does 14 points of damage to it. You see the magic start to intermingle with the light, with the flame, the ghostly blue flame, and you see it just kind of like react, almost like it's screaming in pain without noise, as it just reaching towards the sides of the lantern before it gets very dim, and the light almost completely goes out in that lantern, but is just barely a flicker. As that happens, the reaction that the flame gave silently is echoed by the captain at the helm, screaming this ghostly, almost a Nazgul scream at the top of his lungs as he is just wailing in pain as you have attacked this ghostly light. And the captain screams at the top of his lung, "Stop him! Get him!"
Okay.
And that is your 2 attacks.
Okay. And Max will just yell to the crew, our crew, of that kind of information conveying that the lanterns somehow are tied to their captain.
Excellent. Sandara calls to the rest of the people on crew and even down below and says, "Oh, you heard him? The captain says, get them lanterns! Focus all your attention on your fire on them!" And we now go to the ghost enforcer who Max did some damage to, completely blind and not able to see his surroundings. Oh, listeners, I'm sorry. We just talked about this last episode. What condition do they have, Ned? It is the...
They are effectively blinded when they are within the heavily obscured area.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to say blinded, can't see, and automatically fails that requires sight. They have advantage, and the creature's rolls have disadvantage. He's not next to Max, so he's kind of just... but he is going to move in the direction of Max. Since Max didn't move, he's just going to swipe, 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 and eventually gets to you, and then is going to attack with disadvantage. Ooh, those were good rolls. That is a 21 to hit, actually, for disadvantage.
With disadvantage? That does
Wow.
With disadvantage. Got a 15 and a 17 on the die.
Wow.
He was looking at the lanterns. He wasn't paying attention to the ghost coming up to him.
I was not. I had my back turned.
And then the other one is going to be much worse. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, sounds good. So the first one is going to hit. That's going to be only 8 points of slashing damage against you.
8. 8, you said?
8 points, yes.
Okay.
And he, as he sinks into your shoulder, he starts to like glow with this brightness, this aura, and it pulses out in 20 feet around you. All undead within 20 feet would gain additional damage, but there are no undead within 20 feet because you took care of him. He just cannot see that, so he's lending this aid to his allies he doesn't know are undead again. So that is going to be his go. And Chozo, we jump to you, Buster, and then Ignis at that point. Before we go to Chozo, though, if I may, sorry, Ned, just set the scene again for Josh here so he can plan his turn. Josh, you are near the helm on the southern portion of the ship. You have had an enforcer that actually was tussling with you quite fervently and was trying to pull you away from the helm, where Sandara came in and started slicing up, where Ignis, I believe, also helped at some point to ensure that you could man the helm and you can cast water breathing. Again, all eight people here on deck, and a few that went under deck, you're able to cast, and then even below deck, you just started casting to the general aid closest to you. So about 16 people, including the people here, have water breathing currently cast on them in case things go sideways. But Sandara is there to back you up, and so you feel that you have some control of the situation. Let's just give you kind of an idea of where Buster is. we're going to jump back to Chozo for the time being.
All right. Well, looking at that lantern over there, I cannot see anything that's happening on the deck. I am not one of the people who I excluded from my spell, so I'm blind to everything happening down there, but I can see the other ship. I can see the lantern that Max took a shot at, so I reckon it's time for a nice little ray of frost. Just fire it right after that arrow.
Ooh, okay, nice. And just focusing directly on that lantern again, yes?
Yep, so ranged spell attack is a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Booyah, and it's going to be at 5th level and higher, 2d8, plus as long as I'm bound to Elazar the Blue, I can add my charisma modifier to damage rolls I make with spells that deal cold damage. So that is going to be in total 12 points of cold damage to the lantern.
12 damage as you...
And its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Oh, this lantern can't move! As you shoot this ray of frost, I don't know why I was going to call it frostbite. Yeah, this ray of frost, just over there. It's one of the ghosts is actually heading towards the lantern, almost like it's going to grab the flame. But right before it does so, the ray of frost goes to it, and like the barrier keeps it at bay for a little bit before, like, and you see like almost like in Star Wars 7, where like the blaster bolt is like trying to go like closer and closer. The ray of frost is going closer and closer before you hear in your voice say, "Now that won't do." And the ghostly fire goes, it kind of like does a mini explosion out, and then it goes before it implodes again into nothingness. And the ghost that reaches out, it gets blown back a little bit and takes a little bit of damage from the flame having been suffused, or rather than having been extinguished.
There we go.
Extinguished. Deignited. You've been deignited there, ghost. So they're going to take some damage being so close to that. I'm going to roll.
There's a fire. Quick, grab the deigniter.
The deigniter. They are going to take 7 points of damage from that, actually.
Beautiful.
Very good. A good roll on the damage die there. And they scream out in pain. And that is your action, Chozo.
Yes. As a free action, I'm going to mentally kind of chuckle along with Elazar the Blue in gratitude for making sure that the cantrip he invented would not go to waste. And with my bonus action, I'm going to look at that ghost that reached out and tried to grab the flame, and I'm going to just like tap on the little like absence of color and space and light that's floating around my head, and I'm going to make that ghost roll a wisdom saving throw against my strange.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. Here we go. Get my mini d20 for this one. Hiya. That's a 2.
All right, that's going to be 1d4 psychic damage. That's a 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with the rest of my action, I'm going to hope that everything is going well in the sleet storm that I cannot see through.
All right, cool. You're like, Nice.
Yeah, very appropriate since I've got the blue jay feathers right now.
Yeah. Buster, it goes to your turn.
Okay, so I have cast water breathing twice at this point.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Yes, you have.
So technically 30 people could have water breathing.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I thought it was just 8.
No, it's 10 every time. And I did state several episodes ago, I think, that I ritually cast it every morning on the council.
That's right. I apologize.
So I'm just checking to make sure, like, would that cover the whole crew?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Because I think Buster's main focus right now is making sure that everybody's going to be okay if the ship goes under. As okay as you'd be in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
24 hours
All
of
right,
water
guys.
breathing. But
we can breathe. Yeah.
He's grasping at straws a little bit. Sandara's close to him.
Yes, she's right next to you.
She just killed a ghost.
She and
Double
Ignis,
killed
I
it?
believe, helped. They killed it for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
like they have dissipated.
All right, Sandara, how do we destroy a ghost ship?
Oh, well, there's
Of course she knows.
there's a couple ways. Happen to be a cleric, a primordial god or anything of that nature, or you'd happen to be turning undead or anything like that.
Would that help us?
Yeah, traditionally that would help. Aye.
Being dead?
No, a cleric.
You're a cleric.
Well, I suppose we'll just have to do our best then, hey?
Well,
Great, thanks. Oh, this is the perfect time for you not to know the answers. Okay, Buster's going to take it. Oh, God. Am I able to see what happened with those lanterns? Would I have clocked that?
Yes, it's very clear. The light is very bright,
and one of them's
you
been
can see through this
extinguished.
And one of them has been diffused. The screams, which you all clearly heard on the recording, were wailing and loud and ear-piercing screams. They were absolutely. You'd be like, something happened. You can clock it, and you can see what happened because it was so bright. There was a mini explosion of the light as well.
Okay, I would like to steer our ship closer to theirs.
Okay, sounds good.
And then, would I, if I jumped up onto the railing of the ship, would I be within 60 feet of one of the lanterns, or would that be too far?
Oh, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. It would probably be close to 80 feet from your current vantage. Well, you're moving closer.
Now I can wait till I don't know how long it takes for ships to move in this kind of combat here. So I want to get closer because I could gust of wind if I'm within 60 feet.
Gotcha.
Blow it out.
Try.
Let's see. You can go side by side next to the ship, and I'll say that you could get 30 feet closer to the ship if you'd like.
This turn, or would I have to wait?
We'll say this turn. We'll say this turn. But doing so
is my action. Is that the?
Yeah, is your I'll say is your action. The action economy with ships is all over the place. We haven't ever narrowed that down, but for right now, I would say movement. Would that be movement?
Object interact. That's not really something in 5e, but
I mean it's barely something in 5e. Let's say movement. Let's see how it plays out with movement. If you'd use it as movement, if I feel like that's too broken of a mechanic, but I don't think we've ever tried it to where your movement would act as you moving with the ship. So let's try it this time around.
Okay.
So you have bridged the 30-foot gap by turning starboard further into the Brine Banshee, and it's your guns and their guns are really close, and you feel like this is a potentially dangerous situation, but you got to get close because something's weird with that fire over there. One of the three lanterns around.
I holler at Sandara, I go, grab the helm, and then I hop up onto the ledge of the ship and grab like a rope.
She just yells,
she yells,
"Hey, helm got!"
and kind of I do it like one of these. If there's a rope or something nearby, I'll just quick wrap it around my arm as I'm up there just to have something, try to steady myself. But then I'm going to cast. Buster will go, advance, rescind, in gusts of wind, and point his staff toward one of the closest lanterns and hope I can just blow it out with a magical wind gust.
Okay.
60 feet, 10 feet wide.
Anticipate.
Each creature starts his turn,
yes.
has to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, okay. So first off, when you do that, the magical, Ned, correct me if I'm wrong, the magical vapor that is just barely obscuring your boat here, your side of the boat, just a tiny portion of it is as you essentially airbend this gust of wind to through the mist, clearing a direct path between you and the lantern. There is a ghost that is nearby it, who is singing this haunting lullaby, and as they turn towards you, the gust of wind hits them and impacts them and starts to push them a little bit, having magic gust of wind against a magic or supernatural force of this ghost. It does go past them, and it does go towards the lantern. Josh, will you please roll your
Spell attack
I would like you
modifier?
to roll a spell attack modifier.
Okay.
here. This is not rules as written, but let's have you roll a spell attack modifier.
It's a +8, and I'll just roll a d20 here.
Great.
That's a 19 on the dice, so a 27.
Oh boy.
Nice.
27. As this gust of wind just focuses in, really pushes through this magical barrier, you can feel it because you're in control of this gust of wind, and you feel like something isn't getting all the way through, and so you just like grab your wrist with the other hand and just one hand almost like push further
Dragon Ball
that gust
Z.
of wind out. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, right?
Go away, ghosts!
And it pushes through, and it does actually break through this barrier. Now, the wind itself does not immediately diffuse this light, this flame, but it is warping it, altering it. You feel that it has hit points. So let's roll some hit points here. Let's also hit some hit die here to help narratively describe what's happening. I would say with this gust of wind, it would be
A level 2 thunder wave is 3d8. If that helps, you get like
I would have to
idea.
say, yeah, it would have to be a level 2 equivalent since gust of wind is level 2. It's gonna be let's do 3d8 then. That's a good benchmark there.
14.
14.
Damage only to things that can be hurt by wind.
As you do 14 points of wind damage, maintaining this gust of wind, it breaks through this barrier, and again you hear the wails of the ghosts start to intensify. This one that's caught in the gust of wind. Do they have to roll anything immediately, or is
A
it on their
DC
turn?
16 on their turn if they want to move. It's a strength check if they want to move in my direction, essentially.
Okay, sounds good. They are almost locked in place by this force of wind, and this lantern almost looks like it's going to be. It's going back and forth between being flickering out to getting infused with air, so it like flares up and then flares down, but it's erratic, and you know you're doing something positive to your favor against this light here.
Disrupting it to some degree. Okay, cool.
Exactly. Great. That's going to be your whole turn, Buster, yeah? Ignis, we now jump to you at the end of the round.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jake. Were you standing over here by the mast at the beginning of your turn,
I
right?
was standing where I am on the map right now, which is kind of near the port side of the ship. Port side? Left side? Port side? Oh, then
Left
the
side, I think starboard.
It's
No.
the port side. He's on the port side.
Okay.
Port side, my bad.
That's where I've been this whole turn and episode.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you were on the other side of the ship. And then we started this battle, and I was like, he's in a totally different spot than I thought he was. Okay. Ignis standing on the ship, being able to see through this magical... Is it a hailstorm, Ned, that he's conjured up?
It is a sleet storm.
A sleet storm.
So
With
nice
her...
and wet and miserable.
Yeah. Hey.
The sleet coming down, the glow that Ignis naturally gives off that's not normally noticed is suddenly very apparent as the sleet is coming around. She literally has this glowing halo around her. As her wings extend, because I cast her Celestial Revelation last time, she will dart forward right next to Max. On here it's 10 feet, so it must be 20 feet. And pick up that trident out of the deck where it hit. She'll just pull it out of the wood, flip it around in her hands, and then charge forward and try and hit Apparition standing next to Max.
Nice.
22 to hit.
22 to hit is a hit, miss.
And the next one is only a 10, so that doesn't hit. But
All right.
she does. Okay. She will do 7 plus 9 is 16. So she will do 7 points of piercing damage and 9 points of radiant damage on top of that. So it comes out to be
radiant.
16. Did I math that right? 9 plus 7, 16.
Yep.
Points
16.
of damage to this apparition.
Nice.
Is the apparition
All
still
right.
standing?
The apparition is still standing, looking very hurt, wispy even, before it turns to you, almost slack-jawed, sorrowful face going, please.
As Ignis went through the apparition and the trident pulling through the ghost, it hits that ghost's echo. For some reason in this battle, the echoes of the ghosts have been able to be manifest. And so as the trident goes straight through it, one of the prongs pulls on it, and an echo of this ghost appears between Ignis and the ghost again. And I will use a Unleash Incarnation to hit it one more time. Or try to.
Nice. All right. And is this all with advantage, right?
Now it is.
There you go.
That one's another 22 because I rolled a natural one. But that time it was a 16 with advantage. So
There you go.
so the second one wouldn't have hit anyway. So 22. So as this ghost appears in front of it, it just sticks both of its hands into the chest of the ghost in front of it. I'm gonna use that same damage. Ooh, I rolled that again. Nice. Another 7 points of piercing damage and 9 radiant. I'll just use the same damage as the trident, just the flavor of the echo. And that's another 16 points of damage to that ghost.
And this echo of this person, of this ghost from another dimension, being pulled into here, reaches into their chest using that flavor and just says, "We'll be okay. You'll be okay." Before their hands infusing with a light and a magic from the other dimension, dissipating the ghost from the chest all the way out to their extremities and dissipating them, gone, defeated, away from this ship. The satyr song now clear of any ghosts for the time being. Currently, you just have the other ghosts on the other Brine Banshee to worry about. Yes, Ignis.
At the end of her turn, Ignis will look back at Max, now that all of the ghosts have dissipated and the sleet coming down in between them in a very cinematic way. She looks and goes, "We are after the lanterns, Captain? Are those your orders?" She kind of gives him a smirk.
A little smirky smirk. Max just looks at her and goes, Yes, I believe that's what I said. Yes, correct.
And then I have about 10 feet left of movement, so she'll start using that movement like she's going to run and jump from deck to deck. She won't quite get to the edge, but she'll start moving toward that, so on the next turn, she'll be able to jump to the next deck.
And I'll say you started a jumping run for a long jump toward
Sure.
next turn. You don't, you can take it if nothing interrupts you between here and there, okay?
But yeah, that's the idea. So I'm
Perfect.
running toward it.
Excellent. Great.
Has anybody tried to talk to them yet?
Has anyone tried to talk to the ghosts that
Okay,
want to kill
maybe.
us? Anybody?
We're not that emotionally intelligent.
I think Max said something to them. Max did say, because
No.
the guy was like, "Forgive us," and I was like, "I forgive you," and then I shot it.
And then you shot him in the face.
I do. I forgive you.
That happened
God,
last
so
episode.
cool. What a great line. Jeez.
As the end of the round happens, one of the lantern that has gone out, the ghost nearest to it, turns away and looks towards the ship. From the lantern itself, you can see like a few sparks. And as it's starting to like break almost, it as you're watching it shatters. Just. And as you see it shatters, there is this crimson liquid that just shatters towards the entire side of your ship, so your port side. And this is going to be an effect called Lantern of Blood. Now, I need everybody on deck to make a dex saving throw, please, except for Chozo, being way up in the crow's nest.
That doesn't sound like something in Adventure. That sounded like something you pulled out of Betrayal at the House on the Hill. That's an omen card, I'm pretty sure.
The Blood Lantern.
An event card, yeah.
That is, I have a -2 with my curse from the card, but I do have a +8 originally, so that's going to, in total, be 17.
Nice. All right. Success. Ignis.
A 14.
14. Failure. Buster.
What am I rolling? So sorry, I was reading
A
something.
dex saving throw.
Dex save. Oh, I actually have a feature for that. my lucky. I have the lucky footwork. If I fail a dex save, I can use my reaction to add a D4 to it. So
Nice.
here's to hoping. That's a 14.
That's a failure.
Okay, I will
Add a D4?
use my reaction to add a D4.
Nice.
That adds 3, makes it a 17.
That's a success.
Let's
And
go. As a fighter at level 9, I have a feature called Indomitable. You can re-roll a saving throw that you fail, but you must use the new roll. So I'm gonna try it.
All right.
I think this is the first time I've gotten to use that feature.
I think so.
16.
Success. Haha. And Sandara rolled a 17. So,
Of course she did.
Success for her. This crimson hot seawater sprays across the deck. And it is seawater, but colored this crimson blood-like color as it spills onto this deck. You cover yourselves as you try to dodge out of the way. You are going to take half damage here. Then is going to be necrotic damage. So that's 25 points of necrotic damage I rolled, halved. So that's
13?
So you're gonna be 13.
it's 12 because it's rounded down.
Okay.
So
Okay.
12 points of necrotic damage. Chozo, you see this just kind of, and you hear from Sandara at least, and be like, "Why that smarts?"
Just screams of pain that I can't see the cause of. Oh boy.
Chozo's like, "I think things are going very well.
Yes.
Don't you?"
So we can breathe the water, but it will burn us to death.
Great. We'll burn from the inside out. Hurrah. We're now jumping to the top of the round. Now, with all of the ghosts now in the initiative order on the Brine Banshee, Max is still first to kick us off in our initiative order.
I'm just getting it up. Okay. What Max will do, in correlation with what Ignis is doing, as she's about to begin her run, he'll actually like reach into. I'm kind of like correlating because it's all within 6 seconds of each other. So I'm and she's not technically off the ship yet. So I'm going to kind of go along with what happened, but my turn is happening in conjunction almost. He's going to reach into one of his little pockets that he has for his kind of monster slaying, his different pouches, and he's going to pull out in his hand. Comes out as just a very red powder substance, and he's going to is he's going to basically grab her face. He's going to grab Ignis's face with this red powder, and he is going to say, "Between creatures of gods and men, obtain protection from them." And he's going to cast protection from evil and good on Ignis. And what that does is it will give her protection from... I just had it.
Aberrations, celestial elementals, fey, fiends, and undead.
And he will be doing it for the undead. Do I have to specify which one? I'm just double checking.
Nope.
Oh, it's all of
these
Sweet.
are protected against.
So yeah, then that means Ignis will now be protected from all these creatures, including the undead. It means that creatures have disadvantage attack rolls against the target. The target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if the target is already charmed and possessed by the creature, then the target has now advantage. And as he releases his hand, there is almost like a dragon claw print onto her face that will reside there until the spell is broken. And then he'll say, "Lieutenant, I think it's time to board their ship." and he will join her in the run. And because it's my turn, I have a little bit more movement to it. I'm going to bonus action Gem Flight, where my spectral wings will flare out, and I have a flying speed that equals my walking speed, and I'm going to fly over to the other ship. And as he kind of launches off the deck, he'll just say, Zendara, you have command until I'm back.
What?
Hi, Captain.
Come on!
What?
Nice. Where do you end up, Max? You have 30 feet of movement, or are you in the air still?
I am going to actually stay in the air, but I'm going to be floating right around... Is that the back of the ship?
The injured lantern or one of the ghosts?
I'm going to be right off... I'm going to be above the lantern that was extinguished. I'll be about... Because I have my flying speed equals my walking speed. That's about 30... Well, actually, can I even get over there then? Because that's...
You can almost get there. We'll say that you're like 10 feet.
So yeah, I'll be
within
off
it.
of the side of their ship.
Excellent. Good call, Max. Good turn. And we're going to jump now to the other ghosts on the ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ghosts are going to take their turn before Chozo. So, Chozo, as you see the captain from the sleet storm, the ice like falling off of him from the sleet storm into the air. This really majestic sight, actually, as the moonlight that's been cast through the fog and the mist is catching his wings. And but these ghosts, they take their turn now. Buster, the one that's caught in your gust of wind, is not going to advance towards you. It's actually going to turn back to the lantern and sort of almost like let the gust of wind push them towards it, and they're going to reach their hand into it and grab a hold of the flame. As they grab a hold of the flame, they sing this. Their lullaby intensifies, and as they do, you see a pulsing in their hand as the flame gets stronger, and it gains 6 hit points back, essentially. And this ghost loses those 6 hit points. That's going to be its entire turn. It gets 6 more hit points to the lantern itself. So, it looks like this ghost is trying to heal what you are trying to snuff out. So, that is their go. We now jump to the Enforcer, which is actually dead. So, don't have to worry about that. There's one that is dressed in workman's clothes directly in the center of the ship. This individual, they are looking around this ghost, and they see Max in the air, and he just has like this, again, sad face as he pulls out from his tool belt. He pulls out like these 2 hammers, and as he pulls them out, he starts to get them ready, and they change into these hammers that have a wicked, like, curved edges on the backside, and he's going to up to Max, and he's going to throw them.
Max got there just in time to be attacked by all of the ghosts.
First one. That is going to be a non-natural 20 on the first one.
That hits.
And the second one is a 10.
That misses.
All right, so that one misses. Here we go. That is 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the weapon hammer to you. As you feel it pass through you, it's like, it just hits your heart almost. That's going to be the entirety of their turn. Now jump to another ghost. Hey, there's another ghost. Look at that. This one is going to get a harpoon out and is going to run over. This one has been hurt, and it goes 10, 20, 30, and it's got a running start, almost like a Olympic javelin thrower, and it's just gonna chuck it up into Chozo at the top of the crow's nest.
Do I get half cover because I'm in the basket of the crow's nest?
You do. So, here we go. That is a 17 to hit.
Ooh, that is just barely going to hit, even with the half cover.
All right. 17 to hit. And we've got...
How much does half cover add to your AC?
I think it's 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is 11 points of piercing damage.
All right. Well, one thing, while I've got my Sleet Storm active, because of my Hoarfrost trait, when I started concentrating on the spell, the frost started growing into like these crystals of ice around me. As long as I maintain concentration, whenever I take damage, I can subtract the level of the spell I'm concentrating on from the damage that I take.
No way!
Fire damage ignores that particular thing, though. So Sleet Storm being a 3rd level spell, that means I take 8 points of damage instead.
Nice.
And then we'll make a concentration check. Constitution +2. That is a modded 20.
Nice. So you keep concentration. I do need you to make a strength saving throw, though, because as this harpoon digs into you, the spectral harpoon, it's at that point that you see there's a rope attached to the end of it. And
of course
you're like,
there is.
Oh, boy. And so you're going to roll a strength saving throw here.
What if instead I just go back and say that I used my my lucky number, my stolen luck number? It is currently a 7. What if I just say that you rolled a 7 to hit me instead?
A 7 to hit you instead? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. As he throws the harpoon up, you can visualize and see this about to happen, right? Because you start to like calculate what's going to happen in the future. Not quite divination, but just kind of like you have this experience, right? And you're like,
I see the direction this is going. If that hits me, I'm going to get pulled out of this crow's nest. That's going to be bad.
And you're like, nope.
I've gone down that path in my brain.
There you go. Do you like, is the number like floating around your head, or is it just like the essence of it?
Yeah, I've got these. So the feature that you get from being bound to Taiki the Luck Thief is there are 3 translucent symbols of some kind of game of chance. And so the 3 in particular that I've chosen are the Jack, Queen, and King of Diamonds from a French-styled deck of playing cards. And so, yeah, I'm going to like see the harpoon coming towards me, and I'm going to Gambit style like grab one of the cards and toss it into the path of the harpoon and knock it off course.
As you do, it doesn't knock it off course. It like cuts it in half because both are spectral forces, like magic forces, and it just dissipates away, completely negating the attack. I almost had you. I almost got you, Chozo.
Whew, thank goodness.
Max.
I made a Constitution saving throw because protection from evil and good is concentrating.
Thank you.
I rolled a 13, so it's saved. So that's still
13.
on.
Thank you for the honesty. Wonderful. So that ghost now, as you look down, Chozo, and you're like, oh, that would not be really good. He gets another harpoon in his hand for the next round, and he just glares up at you, not having been able to catch you.
Oh boy. So that was a 17 to hit. What was the number that was on the die that he rolled to hit me?
To hit you? Oh crap! What was it? Let me see. It was a +6. It was a +6, so he had to do 11. 11 on the die.
So my number that I can now swap out is an 11.
There you go. So 11. You flop that out. It like impacts the harpoon, and then the card comes back slightly different, but you get an 11. Great. Now, before Chozo, you're going to be next after this final enemy here. The captain, Ardren Vale. He commands his ghostly allies here.
Thomas wants to be a battlemaster real bad.
I really do want to be a battlemaster. Everything in my body screams for battlemaster because I like options. You see that as they're all glowing like this blue, this captain, his blue starts to become a bit muted as the lantern has already gone out. And you can see as he talks, there's like this little blackness, like almost like this black vapor. It's like coming out of his mouth. And he screams to one of the ghosts on deck, and he goes,
"Knock them down with your words!"
As this black smoke billows out of their mouth. The one that took the significant damage from the first lantern going out gets up and runs over 10 20, 30 to the edge of the ship, and being 30 feet away, opens their mouth in this lullaby, and this lullaby turns into a scream. And everybody within 30 feet, which Ignis, since it's a little wonky, I'm going to include Buster and Ignis in this because you are close to the side of the ship. I need you to roll me a, wisdom saving throw? Yeah, we'll do a wisdom saving throw then.
Uh-oh. I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right. What was your first roll?
A 2.
Okay.
Not that great after
All
this
right.
one.
For a total of what, Buster?
My total is 13.
All right, 13. Sounds good. Ignis.
My total is 11.
Ignis, you have protection against evil and good, though,
I sure do.
right?
Which means I cannot be charmed, possessed,
Or frightened.
frightened.
Okay.
It's so easy
This-
to frighten me, guys.
So, rules as written, you're still going to take this damage here. It's not a lot of damage, though, because the frightened condition that follows is the big thing, which, Buster, you are going to get.
That makes so much sense. You wouldn't even have to ask me to roll for that one, man. I'd have just given it to you.
He's like, thematically, I would have just taken it.
Snake
It's
says,
6 points of, we'll call it psychic damage, screaming damage, so like thunder. But both of you would become frightened, except Ignis, you cannot become frightened against this. Buster, you have the frightened condition
'Cause of
against
Max.
this ghost in particular. So, I will label them.
Describe for me
together.
again the affects of that. I know I can't move towards them.
Yep, you cannot move towards them, and while they are in sight, all attack rolls you make are with disadvantage. Oh, on ability checks and attack rolls. And then you can't willingly move forward towards them. You are able to save against it at the end of your next turn, though. Great. Excellent. That is going to be the captain's turn as he now turns to full-on face your ship, now with only 25 feet of movement between the two of you. It looks like the rest of his action and turn, you hear some rumbling from the lower deck of the Brine Banshee, but nothing coming to fruition. Something might be happening below. But that is going to be the captain's turn, as we have the captain closing out mid-round here. Chozo, Buster, and then Ignis taking us through. Let's go to Chozo now.
All right. I'm going to move on to the Brine Banshee on my own terms. So I'm going to use my glide ability that I have as a Kindled Corvum. So basically, I spread my wings. I can't fly upwards, but I can, as long as I'm falling at least 10 feet, move up to my speed in any
Nice.
given direction. So
All right.
I am going to then leap out of the crow's nest and glide down to the spot just barely to the south of the ghost who's next to the lantern that's already been damaged.
Great. The one where the gust of wind... Buster, gust of wind. We have to roll a Constitution saving throw. I believe.
Oh, I just let it drop. It just drops.
Okay.
I'm not even going to try
It
and
just
keep it
drops. Sounds good.
All right. And now, being in this space here, I'm going to use my last real big heavy hitter spell that I have for the day while I'm bound to Elazar. I'm going to spread both of my wings out in front of me, keep concentration on the sleet storm just for fun, but a bunch of it starts like funneling in like a miniature tornado in between the two of my hands and gathering up, and I'm going to expand it outwards into a cone of cold that is going to hit, I believe, all of the ghosts except for the one who is easternmost. It's a 60-foot cone.
Nice. 60-foot cone.
So I'm going to angle it so
Right.
it doesn't hit Max.
Thank you.
But that is 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It does get the captain just barely.
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5 ghosts it's going to hit. Not the one who just screamed and wailed in despair, but the others. You easily get the cone of cold. What is the saving throw?
It is a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
All right. Let's do it. I'll just call them out. First one, failure. Second one, failure. Success on the hammer-wielding dude. The harpoon guy is a failure. And then finally, the other hammer-wielding dude is a failure. Wow. Okay, only one success.
Sweet. I already used my reaction to do my glide, or I might have tried to silvery barbs that guy who succeeded, but it is what it is. Okay, that's going to be 8d8 cold damage.
Wow.
It's going to be plus my charisma, because I'm bound to Elazar, it's going to be 37 cold damage.
37 damage. Holy cow. Okay.
I can't help noticing that both of those lanterns are also in the area of my cone of cold.
They are. Let me resolve them first. The enemies. 37 damage. All right. Oh boy. And then half of 37 is
18.
18. Yep. Okay. The cone of cold, as you kick it forward and cast it, all of these ghosts except for one take the full brunt force of the cold, and it's almost like this coldness sweeps across from a different plane entirely, right? It's not the cold from the ocean, it's not the cold from the mist that they brought forth. You brought it forth from another dimension, Chozo, to inflict it upon these ghosts, and it wears them down, it pulls them down. It starts to dissipate some of them, almost completely. The one directly in front of you, with their hands still joined with the flame itself, is almost to death's door, if you will. Now, the two lanterns, however, are unaffected. The area of effect nature of just getting a general area or the cone seems to have not affected these lanterns in particular. But the ghosts, for sure, are looking pretty weak. The captain has taken some significant damage as well, looking bloodied if they could. But Chozo, being on the Brine Banshee, having announced your presence.
Yep.
Anything else, Chozo? I think that was it, right?
That is reaction and action. I've still got a bonus action. I'll look at the ghost right in front of me, and I'll just point right at the empty space next to my head and have it roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. Ooh, that is a 18.
18, it's not worth it. I'll just let that one succeed.
Sounds good. All right, sounds good. All right, we now jump to Buster and then Ignis.
Okay, Buster's panicking. He is certain in his mind that things are going south, and despite the fact that I know, like, as players, we're all aware that very heroic things have just occurred, Buster's afraid, and this is he's in his pocket. He knows fear. This thing. And just before his conversation with Ignis, he had a divination of something before this ship showed up. And it's finally making sense to him as he's looking down at the red water. And so he's going to run away from the boat, the ghost boat, and up to the tip of the back of the ship. Like, he's going to stay on the railing and run his way along the railing further back to
about 20 feet of movement
to
or
the very
so,
back.
yeah.
Yep. And then he's going to use the rabbit hop that lets him leap 20 feet.
Okay.
And align himself so that he's got a straight line on both of the lanterns. So, like, if I can get to the very tip and then leap out with a little bit of strength and my 20-foot thing, I'll be over the water essentially and falling into the water. But as I'm in the air, he's going to point his staff and cast the lightning bolt in a 100-foot line.
Nice!
To hit, I think, both those ghosts and both lanterns, if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it'll either go under Chozo unless he's face to face with them, in which case it will also hit Chozo.
It will not hit Chozo.
Okay.
It'll go right past my face.
It'll be like centimeters
So yeah,
away.
he runs to the back of the ship and he goes, Sandara, come get me! And then he jumps off of the boat over the water.
Come get me!
And turns in the air and just swings his staff, and without using any words, it's kind of over. I feel like he just keeps overcasting. It's my own thing I've invented. I hope nobody's thinking there's mechanical stuff there. It's just flavor. I just am. And that's going to be my 5th level. I'll cast the biggest spell I've got. That's 10d6 lightning. For people who can move, it's a DC 16 dexterity save.
Yes. 16?
36 lightning damage.
The one hammer-wielding dude who is yet to go, in between the 2 lanterns, he saved, but the one who is grasping onto that lantern, which was right in front of Chozo, failed. 36 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to hit both the lanterns with that.
Yeah. As it is directly lined up, and lightning bolt does...
And I'll say this real quick, because I know I am frightened and I should have disadvantage on things. I mentioned the divination thing because whatever roll you would make me roll to make sure I could do this, I'm just going to give it an 18.
Yeah, rules is written, it's only ability checks and attack rolls.
Okay,
This
so
requires no attack rolls. You're letting the elements itself take over and fuel the damage and the
Sweet.
The unpredictability of the lightning as it... Chozo, you see the lightning before you hear it, and you see it pass directly underneath your wing, and you're like you don't move, or you move too late, and it already passes you by the time you could have moved out of the way anyway. It doesn't hit you, but it's just kind of like and then immediately the noise of... You see the ghost in front of you completely dissipate into mist. You see the ghost afterward, further down, completely dissipate into mist. And you see these 2 lanterns, the lightning into the barrier and then into the other barrier. And as the lightning, it's just like bounces back and forth, almost caught into the magic of the cage. And back and forth, just intensifying before the one right in front of you, Chozo, and the one further down the line, just both igniting, having been defeated by this lightning bolt. Buster, as you see this happen, you fall into the water underneath as you see these 2 mini explosions above on the deck of the Brine Banshee, having just defeated the lanterns and the ghosts on board.
And I imagine I'm in the red water, right?
You are on the burning hot red water, yes.
And that's the vision he had. He had a vision of himself surrounded by red liquid, not knowing what that was about. And so it all made sense to him just then.
Yes. That's going to be your turn, Buster. We end this round with Ignis, though.
The landscape is greatly different than before. Okay.
Captain time. Get the captain.
Help me to... I just want to make sure that the dimensions on this thing track before I try to do something dumb. A spell that has a 40-foot cube is 40 across and width and height.
Each of those sides should be
40 foot? Right. And across the boat here, it looks like it's about 30 feet across, right? Because it's like 15 plus times 2,
it's about
20
35.
feet. So 40 feet across the breadth of the boat. And then it's not quite... This goes down here at the bottom right up to the captain. Looks like about 25 feet. Is that right? Or 25 times 2 would be 50, right?
Yeah, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, about 50 feet, yes.
Perfect. So I won't quite be able to get there. But as Ignis runs and jumps, as she soars across the dark water between the boats with Zewul, the trident, in her hands, as she comes down and lands on the boat, the trident in her hand glows. And as she lands, a ripple extends from around her, and she expends one of the spell slots from this trident that she hasn't spent a lot of time with. She inherently knows that it's magical, but because she's been resistant to really bond with it. She's attuned to it, but she hasn't really bonded with it. The magic expels itself, and a time bubble kind of expands around. Not totally around, but it'll hit these 3 ghosts on the lower side. It's up to 6 creatures of my choosing, so it will not hit Chozo or Max, but a single spell slot of slow is cast.
Yes.
You alter time around up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube. Each target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Here we go. And I believe I gave you a DC already for this, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. First one. Wisdom saving throw.
DC 13.
Failure. Second one. Natural 20. And then third one. Natural 1. Failure. The one who succeeded was the hammer-wielding ghost.
Perfect. The affected target's speed is halved. It takes a -2 penalty to its armor class and their dexterity saving throws, and they cannot use reactions. On their turn, it can use either an action or a bonus action, not both.
Dang. Wow. All right.
It has a whole thing for casting spells, and if we get to it, then we get to it.
All right. Sounds good.
So,
That's awesome.
with Zul the Trident, I don't know that we've established this. Is the expenditure of one of the spell slots considered one of the attack options with a multi-attack, or is the full action only one of the spells? Because casting is usually one spell, but because I'm a fighter and I have 2 hits, are we saying that the full action is using a spell slot? Because I've never used a
So
magical weapon.
is the expending the charge from part of an attack action?
That's my question.
Yeah, so activating a magic item in order to get a spell effect from it is an action. It's the use magic item action.
Right, so
Okay.
that would be the full action to cast the spell. I can't attack
Correct.
and cast ever.
Because technically, extra attack is one action.
Unless you action
right?
surge.
Like,
Unless I action
Yeah.
surge. I could always action surge, yeah.
Are you going to action surge?
Bet you won't.
We're at the end of the
Bet you
episode,
won't.
and I'm not going to. I'll save my action surge for next time.
I won the bet.
Someone's got restraint. Look at that.
Temperance.
Listen, I got a really bad head cold. We're gonna have restraint tonight.
Oh boy.
What's this restraint thing you were talking about? I'm in the water.
This is in the water.
As Ignis utilizes the expended and expends the magic of the trident, casting slow on these ghosts who now are moving through molasses, and their ghostly visage is just slowly we end this episode of I Cast Fireball.
Ooh, boy.
Woo! Battle can go real short or real long, and we're still going in it,
still
folks.
going.
But players,
We're doing it live.
You really weren't kidding when you started hyping this up to us as a really, really long
A
battle.
multi-episode battle.
man.
Also, I think both Ned and I expended our biggest spell. Is that right?
Yeah,
in
man.
this,
Smoke
this
me
round,
if you
this
got
last
him.
round?
Smoke him. Got him. Oh, boy.
Now,
That's the
I just
Chozo
wanna
way.
that is the Chozo way.
The Rasta cap suddenly starting to
Thank
make
you,
more
players.
sense.
Thank you, players, for joining me. Listeners, thank you for joining on this multi-episode battle that we've got going here. It's been a while. I really love long battles and crunchy rules here, so this has been really satisfying for me. But if you also like really long battles, shoot us an email at icastfireball2020@gmail.com. Shoot us a message at icastfireball20 on our Insta, Facebook, all of our socials there, or join our Patreon at patreon.com/icastfireball20 and talk about it in our patron-exclusive Discord, where I can respond with you and say I too like long crunchy battles, and we can share the Austin Power memes for days. Now, if you like non-crunchy stuff, or if you like things to be resolved a little bit quicker, Improv Tabletop, our sister podcast, they've got some fun mini 1 month adventure episodes where they do some TTRPGs that are a little bit rules lighter. If you're just looking to find something new, maybe 2024 D&D is just not as it's not suiting you, you're looking to branch out into just other TTRPGs, highly recommend them. We all know how great Net is. Don't forget to leave them a 5-star review on the way out. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and fellow wacky adventurers. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your DM, and around the table we have
Lieutenant Ignis Harkon.
Maximus Shans.
Chozo Lebec.
And Buster.
Let's keep that fire going, everybody, and we'll see you all next time.